XRP holders and those supporting Ripple in the case versus the SEC have no doubt been heads up and privy to some information regarding the SEC that isn't always presented in a favorable light. Well, Rosalind Layton, who is one of the key senior contributors to Forbes, has recently written an article calling for Gary Gensler's resignation. However, when I was preparing to make a video for today and I wanted to talk about Bitcoin's price, XRP's price targets, and what could be happening in the coming weeks for the price action, it came to my attention that that article was no longer on Forbes. John Deaton tweeted out that the article specifically calling out for Gary Gensler's resignation was not only removed from Forbes, but several other people noted that it was also removed from the Wayback Machine. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, the archive.org Wayback Machine is basically a giant database of the internet where you can go and put in web addresses and see when it was actually cached and see what the original version looked like. However, so not only was it removed from Forbes, but it was removed from an archive. Now, some very smart Twitter users got the article, got access to the article, and downloaded the PDF before it could be taken completely offline. So if you're still interested in reading that article and you haven't read it yet, I'm going to put a link in the description below to that PDF. I'm also going to link it to my Twitter profile. There are also several other XRP Twitter users that have been sharing this file, including John Deaton, who said it would be a real shame if we would make this blow up bigger than the original article actually was. Not only that, you're now going to have multiple XRP YouTubers and crypto YouTubers such as myself covering this topic of censorship. Now, why would this be removed? Well, I actually tweeted at Rosalind Layton asking if she knew anything about it, who could remove it that would actually have the power not only from Forbes, but also to the Wayback Machine. Now, from a technical perspective, it is possible that the archive.org Wayback Machine didn't actually cache that article since it was so new. However, being removed from Forbes, well, that's a different story. That would actually have to come from the inside. So I haven't heard a response yet from Rosalind Layton on this, or really anybody that has any idea as to why this would be removed. Now, this piece was specifically an opinion piece from Rosalind Layton. But not only did she call out Gary Gensler's lack of leadership, basically the poor showing in the case of the SEC versus Ripple, as well as Library, but also several other factors that are going on in the financial world, in the legacy fiat financial world, that you would think he would have more on his plate than to worry about specifically cryptocurrencies, crypto exchanges, and making blanket statements that most cryptocurrencies are in fact securities. So either Rosalind Layton caught a lot of flack for it and voluntarily took it down, or Forbes, somebody from the inside, actually took it down, or there could be several different factors that could cause an opinion piece to be taken down. Now, censorship on Twitter is nothing new. Censorship on Facebook and even YouTube is nothing new. However, this is new to at least Forbes since we've been covering this story. And so as I was tweeting this and looking at other tweets and other people talking about this story, somebody actually responded to one of my tweets and said CZ Binance, which refers to the CEO of Binance, holds $200 million worth of shares of Forbes. Now, if that's the case, that's one thing, but to call out a CEO of a major crypto exchange that has access to the powers that be at Forbes, well, that's another thing. However, it is something interesting to note. Now, the other side of this is that calling out Gary Gensler's lack of leadership and his horrible decision to go after cryptocurrencies with his regulation by enforcement and going after exchanges wouldn't exactly coincide with the CEO of a major cryptocurrency exchange actually wanting that article taken down. The fact that Gary Gensler's resignation was called for in this article and then started trending on Twitter probably caught a lot more people's attention than it was originally suspected it might. But this is just a strange one because there are a lot of people, specifically XRP holders, and those people globally that are supporting Ripple in the case versus the SEC that would love to see Gary Gensler resign. Now, why would, in fact, this article be censored? It's something that's making the round, so I'm definitely going to follow up with this story. In fact, if you want to see the video that I made covering this article, I will link that up here. You can go check that out as well. Basically covers all the topics, all the things that Rosalind Layton laid out in this article, and Gary Gensler's lack of leadership and his call for his resignation. So you can go ahead and check out this video. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the Late Night Grind YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. That way, YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. I'm definitely going to be following this topic because this sounds a lot more interesting than some Bitcoin and XRP pricing news. Even though it looks like Bitcoin's on another leg down, and hovering right around $20,000. And guess what? There could be new local lows in the near future. So you can follow this story here. You can also follow me on Twitter. There are some users that are talking about the specifics of this case, as well as are sharing the PDF of that original article. Like I said, that is going to be linked in the description below. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Is this in fact some censorship that is going on from inside Forbes or somewhere else, or do you think that this article may have just been a little too on the aggressive side and Rosalind Layton even decided to take it down herself? So we're going to have to see. I haven't heard yet from Rosalind Layton, and I'll definitely let you guys know if I hear a response or to find any definitive answers as to why that article was actually taken down. This should be very concerning in the cryptocurrency world, because if an opinion piece of a commentary of a writer at Forbes can't comment on somebody's performance and what they're doing at their job, considering the fact that they're not even an elected official, considering the fact that they haven't even created any laws to be essentially fighting against, which is of course what Ripple's been saying for a long time, then this article disappearing from the internet has more concerns than meets the eye. So if you would like to support John Deaton and making this article blow up even bigger than the original one, well, you can do that by jumping onto Twitter and retweeting my tweet, as well as several other tweets that have the PDF of the article attached to it. Like I said, I will link it in the description below as well, because it's going to be very interesting following this story. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the Late Night Grind community, as well as click on the community tab that I have. I put up polls up there on a weekly, sometimes a daily basis regarding cryptocurrency, financial news, market news, and everything of the such. And now, of course, something like this. So go ahead and participate in those polls. Some of the results can be very eye-opening, so go ahead and participate. And if you are looking for more Bitcoin and XRP analysis, I will be coming out with another video later to talk about what Bitcoin's actually doing, which had another leg down to about $20,000, could be putting in new lows. Going to talk about XRP and what its potential bottom prices are that you may want to look at in terms of XRP hitting a bottom on its price comparatively to the rest of the crypto space, and of course how the rest of the markets are responding as well. Alright guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all this, and once again I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button, and as always I'll see you guys on the next video.